So we're gonna graph this. Let's go. This is the origin 0, and we're using radians. So I'm gonna skip this and go here pi 0 pi, and over here is 2 pi. Okay, 0 pi 2 pi. Then we got in the middle here between 0 and pi is going to be pi by 2. And then this is 3 pi by 2. And let's have this be -1 and +1. Okay. Let's see now. Okay. So cosine theta when was it? Wednesday. We already analyzed what cosine theta looks like. I'm not going to draw a unit circle and do the whole thing. I said that cosine theta looks like what? You finished not the whole class saying it looks like a bird. So it looks like a bird. So cosine theta looks like a bird. So it starts at +1, and then the end of the wing it'll be at 2 pi. And so right in the middle would be the lowest, -1 right here, and then pi by 2 here, and 3 pi by 2. And I know that it's like a wave, so I'm just gonna draw something that would look like it's a wave. Okay, good enough right there. So it's more about the process than what it's going to look like at the end. At the end, it's going to look all messy, all messed up, what you're going to have on your notebook. But it's about the process, okay? Yeah, so this is theta. One of the input is the angle, and this is f of theta. All right. So the next transformation, so we're going to go from left to right. 3. Let's do 3. So what's gonna happen with that? All right. So we got okay. So get another color pencil. Get another. It doesn't have to be red. If you don't have red, well, then use whatever other one. So you're gonna write it down, and then you're gonna draw it with the same color, whatever that is. No. So we're going to transform this blue bird here. What does putting a 3 in front of the cosine theta, what does the 3 do when it's in front? It's a vertical stretch. It's a vertical stretch. So, meaning that the end of the wing is going to go all the way to 1, 2, 3. It's going to go all the way to there, and on the other side too, right here. And then it's gonna, the bottom of the bird or whatever, the bottom of that thing is going to go all the way to -3. -3. And all you're going to do is just be a good artist or whatever and draw a curve, the bird going something like this, something like that. And you're going to get another color pencil, and we're going to go on to do the next transformation. So like I just said, it's going to look all messy, whatever you're going to have on your notebook. But it's just the process we're going through. So what's going to happen when we put a 2 in front of theta? We're going to see how many birds? 2 birds, where we already know that it was vertically stretched 3. So from 0 to pi, I will see 1 bird, and from pi to 2 pi, I'll see another bird. Okay? So let me do that then. Let me erase that. I already know that. Let me erase this. So we're gonna see 2 birds, and then it's stretched up to 3. So from 0 to pi, I should see 1 here, all the way there to here, and then all the way to here, and then it's something like this, and then another one here, something like this. All right, something like that. So you're saying 2 birds from 0 to 2 pi. Well, I hope you do know that this wave is going forever to the left and forever to the right. We're just drawing what's happening from 0 to 2 pi, no? But I hope that you know that this thing is going forever and forever, whatever. But we only are trying to draw from 0 to 2 pi what's happening here. So there's that. Okay, good. So now we are going to add more transformations to what we already have. This is a vertical stretch. It's a horizontal compression. I guess that's what you could call it better than a horizontal shrink. It's a horizontally compressed instead of horizontally. All right. So this is a horizontal compression. All right. Transformation of the sine functions. Let's go ahead and do and identify and label and exactly give them names to what each one of these letters, when you put a number for them, what do they do to the functions? You have a sinusoidal sine function, and a sine function starts at 0, it goes all the way to 1 in a curve, and then goes to pi, and then it goes, and it looks like, I say, a sideways S. Okay. A, we said that the A is the vertical stretch. If A is if A is positive, no, like we had A is 3, it would be vertically stretched 3. If A is negative 3, is because it was vertically stretched 3, and on top of that, it was also reflected about the x-axis. But A stands for something else. It stands for also for the amplitude. So the absolute value of A is the amplitude. And make sure we remember we're talking about the absolute value of A is amplitude. So it's always going to be a positive number. The amplitude is positive. All right. B. B is the number of cycles. The number of cycles from 0 to 2 pi that you see. So if B is 1, it's because it's just one sideways S. If B is 2, is because you're going to have 2 sideways S's on 0 to 2 pi. If B is 4, you will see 4 sideways S's from 0 to 2 pi. So the number of cycles from 0 to 2 pi. So if B was 4, you would see something, let's see, can I do this really fast? You will see something like that, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's the number of cycles you see from 0 to 2 pi. That's what B does. And you should know what's gonna happen with that C. Anybody care to guess and say it? What does the C do to the graph? It's a horizontal shift. It's a horizontal shift. Yes. Horizontal shift. And D is the other one, which is the what? Up and down. What is it? Vertical shift. What else? What else? Well, same thing would happen to the same thing would be the same to the cosine function. It's the same thing. A deals with the amplitude. B deals with the number, how many birds there are on 0 to 2 pi. C is the shift, horizontal shift. D is the vertical shift. Amplitude, maybe to be even more exact, what is an amplitude? An amplitude is the distance from, let me write that in there too. Yeah, why not? So this is called, this is gonna be called this right here is called the midline, the one that cuts it in half, the top and the bottom side. So this is going to be called the midline. Midline. And so the distance from the midline to the highest point or from the midline to the lowest point, which is the same length, that would be called the amplitude. So this is the amplitude. So from the midline to the highest point, that is called the amplitude, that length. So this one is A is 1. Or from the midline to the lowest point, that's called also the amplitude. A, that's the amplitude. And that the same thing would happen with the cosine function. So this is A, if you wanted to. If you're not done copying this down, go to the website later on sometime and copy it down, because we gotta move on. Continue. All right, I'm gonna continue. So now we're going to graph this cosine function that has many transformations to it. Let me give you 5 minutes to have it ready, and then we are going to graph it. For the way I have it and the way I teach it is that each one of these are going to be, I cut them into pi by 2s. So this is 0, and then pi by 2, pi, 3 pi by 2, 2 pi. And this is theta, f of theta, 1, -1. Of course, I could ask somebody to come and draw it. But I know it's gonna take like 15 minutes to get something done. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do it. So cosine theta looks like what? Bird. Whatever. It looks like a bird. People say it looks like, what does it look like? So the highest it goes, what's the highest it goes? 1, and the lowest it goes is -1, and so we're gonna go there, and then goes all the way to there, and then it goes, the lowest is in the middle pi, and then draws curving a thing like this. What the heck did I? What the? Yes. All right, I went too far. It was like, all right, there. Something like that. It's messed up. All right. Whatever. Okay, so you're not gonna mess it up or draw it wrong if you go do these transformations from left to right. So you're gonna do the first transformation is this number 2. Which is gonna do what, everybody? What is it called? Vertical stretch by a factor of 2. So the bird is gonna, the end of, is this repetitive? It's gonna go all the way to 2. The left end of the wing, the right end of the wing, and the bottom of the wing, or the bottom of the bird here, and then it is still gonna go through there and through there, and so it's gonna be something like this. There. Something like that. Then we're going to draw the next transformation, which is the 4. So I'm getting rid of it so I can be clear on what I'm trying to teach. So what's going to happen when we put a 4 in front of the theta? 4 birds. So we're going to draw 4 birds. It's still going to be going all the way to 2, and then so if we're going to have 4 birds, 1, 2, 3, 4 birds. So then like this, and where is that 2? There's that 2. So it's going to go. There's one bird. Can't even draw it right. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. But I'm only going to draw 1 because then it's just too messy. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm telling you, it's about the process more so than what you. At the end, you're going to have it all messy right there in your notebook. All right, next. Okay, so now here. What's this transformation right here? What's the next transformation? To the left by pi by 2 is correct. If somebody says, is this positive? Shouldn't it go to the right? And I would be saying, we did this 1,000 times last semester, and if you don't understand that, I cannot help you. It does the opposite of what you think it would do. X or theta plus 2 is because it's going to go to the left 2, yes? Pi by 2. So it's going to go to the left by pi by 2. So if this is 0 radians, then what is this? Negative pi by 2 radians, yes? Oh. So if I get one of these points, I'm gonna take a look at this left end of the wing. That wing is gonna go to the left, how much? And every other part of the bird to the left, pi by 2. Or basically, you're going to grab it and move it to the left 2, yes or no? So basically, you're grabbing that blue bird and it's going to go over here. There. And finally, the last transformation is the vertical shift by how much? 1 unit. Meaning that every single one of these points is gonna, the whole bird is gonna move up 1 unit. We said what is this is -1, this is 0, this is 1. So the bottom of the bird is gonna go to this. So basically, it's gonna. Oh, let me use the same color. So it's gonna go up here. This point is gonna go there. I'll just use that point. I'm gonna move this point up here and this point up here. And with 3 points, good enough. I can draw this thing. There. And if you really wanted to, you could just keep on drawing, because in reality, this graph, if you put it in decimals, it would give you this. Forever and forever. All right, one more. Let's do one more, and that should be enough. I think even with one is enough. Let's do one more. I think I even want to stop the lesson. Yeah, that should be good enough for people. I'm going to stop the lesson, but you guys going to continue on doing it.